Now, Iran has launched a second wave of missile attacks on Israel, and according to the IDF, air raid sirens sounded in Tel Aviv following the identification of missiles from Iran towards Israel. Israeli interceptions of Iranian missiles were seen in the sky as the Israeli military said another attack was taking place. At least 2 people have died, 20 others are wounded as Iranian missiles hit a residential building in Rishon and Lezion in central Israel. Earlier, loud explosions were heard in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. Buildings and vehicles were damaged in Tel Aviv's Ramat Gan. Rescue teams and paramedics evacuated residents who were stuck inside shelters at the building. According to the Israeli military, Iran fired fewer than 100 missiles and most were intercepted or fell short. Interceptions could be seen in the skies over Jerusalem and the West Bank. First responders were seen carrying out search and rescue operations in Tel Aviv's Ramat Gan. Following the Iranian retaliation, air raid sirens sounded across Jerusalem. Sirens were activated across large areas of central and northern Israel, and explosions caused by interceptions or falling projectiles were heard, according to a statement from the Israel Defense Forces. According to Israeli media, between 150 to 200 missiles were fired by Iran in 3 barrages. Meanwhile, Israel continues to strike targets across Iran. Several loud explosions have been heard in eastern Tehran. Iranian media also reported explosions on the northern and southern outskirts of Tehran and at Fordo, second major nuclear site which had been spared in the first wave of attacks. Israel's military said it was striking Iranian missile and drone launching sites. Air defenses were activated across Tehran and explosions could be heard in Isfahan. Shortly after the attacks, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the Iranian people directly, declaring that Israel's ongoing military campaign is not only aimed at neutralizing Iran's nuclear and missile capabilities, but also at supporting the Iranian people's aspirations for freedom. Netanyahu further warned Iran that more attacks were on their way.
We've taken out top military commanders, senior nuclear scientists, the Islamic regime's most significant enrichment facility, and a large portion of its ballistic missile arsenal. More is on the way. The regime doesn't know what hit them. They don't know what will hit them.
In response, Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei called the Israeli attacks a grave mistake and warned that the consequences will bring it to ruin. Khamenei further asserted that Israel has triggered a war and Iran will not allow it to walk away unscathed.
Life will become bitter for them, without a doubt. They should not think they struck and it's over. No, they started this and triggered a war. We will not allow them to walk away unscathed from the great crime they have committed.
Amidst mounting tensions, world leaders have called for restraint and a return to the path of peace and diplomacy. U.S. Secretary General Antonio Guterres wrote on X, "Enough escalation, it's time to stop." EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas urged both sides to exercise restraint and prevent further escalation. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer called for calm and a return to diplomacy. However, Turkey's President Erdogan, Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, Pakistan Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar, and Saudi Arabia condemned Israeli strikes and accused Israel of violating international norms. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.